Bungie claims Marathon is, quote, on track, but it's not yet ready to show gameplay. This is from Tom Ivan at VGC. Thank you, Tom Ivan, for your hard work. Bungie has provided a development update on Marathon, its upcoming sci-fi PvP extraction shooter. Game director Joe Ziegler discussed the current state of the project in a 9-minute YouTube video released on Monday. Following Marathon's announcement in May 2023, Bungie said it would be going dark to focus on the game, and when we come back, we'll have gameplay to show. Ziegler said in today's update that Bungie isn't ready to reveal Marathon gameplay yet. However, he claimed the development is, quote, on track. Shared some new concept art and teased plans to expand playtesting in 2025. A lot of people getting invited to little playtests here.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I'd love to get a call. You know,
it's like the Deadlock playtest.
Hit me up. You know,
people be playing it, but you want to be involved. Get me involved.
Yeah, give me a. You know, okay. So I'll drive up there. Take a little road trip to Seattle. You know,
of all people, Andy should be called. Paris is also a big Bungie guy.
Well, I mean, you know, Halo, right? That's pretty big lineage.
Yeah, but you're a shooter. You're the shooter guy.
Oh, you think more of like the Destiny style thing. Yeah, I feel you. While a launch window for the game has not been announced by publisher Sony, Bungie was reportedly targeting a 2024 release prior to a delay. Ziegler said in today's video, quote, where are we at right now in terms of making this game? Well, for the past couple of years, we've been doing a lot of aggressive change to the game, and we've been iterating pretty heavily. And during that time, we've been testing with a lot of players like yourselves, also with creators. And so it's sort of insanely awesome, and I'm filled with gratitude when I think about it, because there's so many people who've just contributed by telling us, quote, hey, this thing sucks, or hey, this thing is great. In a way, that really helped us diagnose, analyze, and shape and shift the game in great ways. The quote continues, where the game is at now, there's a variety of different things at different states inside the game. Some things are a little bit more complete, like our environments are starting to come together in a really beautiful way. Some of the character models we've been iterating through, so they're coming together, but they're not fully there yet. Our enemy models are still kind of a little bit in an early state, so we're still iterating through those and making those things land in a strong way. And a few of the items are still kind of coming online. Quote continues, so it's a little early to show you all that as one piece, but as you've noticed, like as many of you are familiar with, if you've been or are familiar with game development, all those things are on track. They're not all together, but when they do come together, we really, really are looking forward to showing you what this game looks like, especially in play. I'm super stoked to see how this game looks like, especially in play. I hope we get to see it soon. When do you think we might get a glimpse at this, Mike?
I think you and some other press members, I bet sometime mid-2025. I bet you summertime. Around Summer Game Fest, I bet you they reach out to some press outlets and let you see that. If we have currently people playing and they're excited to expand that, I bet you by mid-June, I bet you we probably see that, hopefully.
I think that's a really great prediction, Mike. Yeah. I would put money on that as well. I would say at Summer Game Fest, there's a chance. I think press will get hands-on. And then there might be, hey, open alpha or closed alpha if you are a member of whatever the fuck, you know, if you pay for Paramount Plus or some bullshit. Yeah. If you watch the Halo show. I think that's a pretty good estimate.
Does it make you feel confident with what he's saying? Shout out to the Zieg. That's what I'm calling him now in my mind. That's a dope name.
Okay.
Ziegler, the Zieg.
Great job.
Do you
love that? It's great input.
Do you feel confident with them saying it's on track? Do you like what you're hearing out of this? It just feels so far away, and I also still have no idea what this game is in my mind. Right? I feel like I've been pushed and pulled of extraction shooter, battle royale, team arena. I don't know where this game is really landing quite yet, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I want them to have something successful, but do you hear on track and you think that's a good place to be right now?
I think it's good news that we're getting anything right now.
Okay.
I think the radio silence was really deafening there for a bit, especially with all the struggles we'd been hearing behind the scenes and all the development hell that it was in. I think it's great that we are getting some sort of update. It's reassuring, I think. It's a good thing to kind of hear these developers go, hey, don't worry, things are still coming along. We're very early on in the process. Even going into detail is like, enemies are still not fully where we want them to be yet. Visually, they're still kind of in development, but we're hoping to get that done. I think this is more depth than I thought it would go in terms of like where they are in development. But I think this sort of thing will kind of make the gamers have a bit more faith about this IP. Because for a while, if you'd ask me, I'd say it might die. Who knows? Like, I don't have a whole lot of faith that this project will continue. And obviously, Bungie is a big part of Sony and their sort of multiplayer efforts. But I think this is still good news.
Okay.
Here we are, the spookiest week of the year, and our friends at NVIDIA GeForce are making big moves with some of the season's biggest PC releases. Promise, all treats here, no tricks. Dragon Age the Veilguard is on just about everyone's shortlist. When you run this on a GeForce RTX 40 series, you get high-end ray-traced graphics in-game and accelerated performance with DLSS 3. Make sure you're good to go the instant you are playing on October 31st. John Marston looks great in the new PC release of Red Dead Redemption. Available now. There's day one support in-game for NVIDIA DLSS 3 with frame generation and super resolution to boost frame rate. NVIDIA Reflex's latency-reducing tech will make you the fastest gunslinger in the West. Immerse yourself in the eerie expansion to Alan Wake 2. The Lake House. This is one of the best looking PC games you can play today. Enjoy full path tracing, DLSS 3.5, and NVIDIA Reflex throughout the game. You can check out Greg and Andy showing it all off in last week's Alan Wake stream over on our YouTube channel now. This episode's brought to you by Phasmophobia. The genre-defining horror game is finally out now on consoles. Yes, that's right. The phenomenon that is Phasmophobia has finally entered console early access on PS5, PSVR 2, and Xbox Series X and S, with full cross-play support across all platforms from day one. Join the already almost 20 million players on Steam, including our very own Snowbike Mike, and get ready for some spine-chilling ghost hunting with up to 3 friends. Experience the horror as you investigate immersive haunted locations and gather evidence to help you succeed. With several different ghost types and unique traits, no ghost hunt is ever the same. Making sure you work as a team and utilize your equipment is the key to making it out alive. It's time, Ghost Hunters. Phasmophobia is out now on PS5, PSVR 2, and Xbox Series X and S. Gather your friends and prepare for the terrifying ghost hunts that await. This episode is brought to you by New World Aeternum. New World Aeternum is a thrilling action RPG experience for console and PC players with a vibrant world, vast and beautiful setting, dynamic real-time action combat, and the freedom for players to choose how to forge their destiny. Combat is skill-based and dynamic, incorporating swords, guns, and sorcery so that you can build one character to rule them all as you explore Aeternum and unravel the mysteries of the supernatural island that you can't leave. You love playing RPGs alone? You can in New World Aeternum, or play cooperatively with your friends as you complete quests, get better gear, and level up. Greg played this at Summer Game Fest on PlayStation 5 and was caught off guard by how much he enjoyed it and how many hours he said he could see himself sinking into the final product. There's boss fights, cool enemies, crossplay, resource gathering, and crafting. So yeah, this sounds like a Greg game. New World Aeternum is available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
What do you think the enemy designs will be? When I think of Marathon, I think of like the Vex from Destiny. Like, I feel like you could just throw the Vex in there and be like, yeah, that fits the scene here. Do you think we'll see some sort of like robotic AI looking monsters here? Or do you think we'll see some sort of alien creatures?
I feel like it's all going to be sort of mechanical, right?
Okay.
Like we saw those early trailers, the sort of first reveal where everybody's sort of this cybernetic looking being with just the sickest color schemes. Like, man, Bungie knows art direction for sure. And that's where I have complete faith in them. I think where it comes down to is how can you make the gameplay loop exciting without just... and also, how do you not lose the luster of, we run out there, oh man, there's other humans out there in the distance. Should we go take them on, or should we go for the loot? That can always be really exciting early on, and that feels like this kind of wild. I mean, I remember my first time playing DayZ back in the day on my shitty little Dell Inspiron laptop that wasn't even good for gaming. But that's like such a unique moment that not a whole lot of games can do. And then that sort of feeling will wear off pretty quickly, and then it becomes, well, what's the rest of the video game, right? And I think that's my larger issue with extraction shooters is you got to make parts of the PvE element intriguing and compelling enough.
Yeah, you can only clash with so many teams and die and lose or win and take all their stuff so many times. What is that PvE element that gets me excited? Is it some sort of boss fight? Is it take down this behemoth of an enemy and you'll get X, Y, and Z loot that is better than what you'll find in the streets? I want to see what that is. And also the world, like you said, with the art design, looks awesome, right? Coming hot off of Destiny, and I'm on that sci-fi futuristic kick. can this land for me? I'm not sold on this. I'm not super over the moon yet. I like Bungie, but like other than that, nothing has been shown or said where I'm like, yo, this is going to be my game. I'm still waiting for that.
No, I kind of agree with you, but I feel like that. I normally feel that way anyway with extraction shooters.
Yes.
It felt like it was the next version of the Battle Royale where everybody wanted to make that version of their game, right? We saw how the final sort of had elements of that where it is you are sort of trying to extract with this sort of money. And even early on, I'm thinking the Division Dark Zone, right? That was such a unique thing at the time. And we've seen it done a whole bunch. And obviously, I think Tarkov is still one of the larger, most popular extraction shooters. And will it get to a point where, with other multiplayer games, you think about Ubisoft's, I'm blanking on Ubisoft's multiplayer game shooter.
X-Defiant?
I think about X-Defiant where people go, okay, but COD's back, so let me go back to COD. How many extraction shooters will sort of have that same fate where people go, all right, well, I'm just going to go back to Tarkov now.
You're going to go back to what you love,
right?
Where you spent the most time. We talk about it all the time.
That's my ecosystem,
That's where I spend my time. That's where I've invested all of my money and fun. And it's like, it's tough to get in the circle and get a little bit of space here. So we'll see if they can do that. They have the name, the reputation. Now the question is, how do you show it and get people excited?
Yeah, exactly. Now, hopefully we get a glimpse of that soon. Some sort of glimpse.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nice little 9-minute video, right, that released on Monday, just kind of talking and saying we're not ready yet. You still think June, though? Summer Game Fest is the right spot to be doing something?
I think we'll see some sort of premiere, whether it's a Sony State of Play or we see some sort of... We see a glimpse of what the gameplay is, and then press will play it at Summer Game Fest, and then some sort of closed alpha maybe a month later, 2 months later, or something like that. But who knows?